They are waiting for Aaron Rodgers. And I've heard that they're willing to do this because I don't I don't I don't think they honestly don't think the Giants care, but he is their number one. He is their number one option, and they're waiting for them to tell him no, and they've given up. They've got no other options. They've got no other plays, right? And I think, like I said, they're okay with some of those other guys that at this point in time aren't going to get teams. James Winston, who they brought in for an interview, is not going to get a team. Not right out, not before free agency starts. He will. Joe Flacco's not going to get a team before the season starts. Who they also brought in for an interview. Russell Wilson might. Oh yeah, sure. But he's a three-time MVP. Came off an ACL, an Achilles injury, and didn't have a good year. He's 1 year removed from the Achilles injury. So you're hoping that possibly he will play better now that the injuries had time to fully heal. He's got more confidence on it. So you're hoping that even if you don't get MVP Rodgers, you're not getting last year's Rodgers. You're getting older version Rodgers. You're getting 42-year-old Rodgers, yes. But but you're even if you are you got to ask yourself if you're the Steelers or the Giants, is 42-year-old Rodgers better than what I went into last year with 28, 27 years? Exactly. So it's like, is it better than what I went into last year with? And if it is, then yeah, you can still roll the dice out there and see. Yeah, it's almost so then get the guy that you want, right? Then don't then you got to have plans for that. You have to have plans for that. Yeah. The, if you would if you to me if you get a Rodgers or Russ, you can kick you can kick drafting a quarterback down just 1 year, right? You don't have to draft a quarterback this year. If you get a Flacco or Jameis, it makes your urgency. You're going to draft a quarterback this year, right? So that's really what the difference is. Russ and Rodgers, you can hold off drafting a quarterback. So if you're not smitten with anyone this year and maybe next year is a better class, you can do that. And he might actually give you some wins to where you're not drafting in the top three and you have to make moves to do it. That's the thing. That's the only thing I'm thinking of. Because if you can't go into the season with Flacco or Winston as your starting QB penciled in with no rookie quarterback to hype the fan base up. You can't do that. You can't. You can tell the fan base, hey, we signed these guys for a 2, 3 year deal. We'll see how it turns out. They still got some good football left in them, and we'll see. And if we need to address the quarterback, and then, well, you do that, and then you better have an amazing draft without a QB, an amazing draft. Give the fan base something. Then you still got to go out there and perform. Give the fan base something. But I'm just saying, you can do that with a Russ or Rodgers. I don't care how you draft if you give me Flacco or Winston. It needs to be a quarterback. The future quarterback needed to be in that draft. I don't think the future quarterback needs to be in the draft this year if you get Russell Rodgers. That's the only thing. Yes. Well, he won't need them. In his opinion. Hmm. Then tell him that. I don't I don't get it. How come I'm just seeing Aziz Ojulari sign with the Eagles? I saw. I saw. Jesus. But yeah, no, but just it I don't maybe I should get it because I did watch the Enigma, but it doesn't make any sense. Dude. That then at least tell those other two teams that. Hmm. Career wise, he has though. One, they both got one, but what's him got? He's been to 2. Hmm. But he. We remember how that one ended. How he lost it. You remember how he lost? Uh huh. Hmm. Oh, for sure. No, no. I saw who was it? Hayward talking about. Listen, if from the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's pissed off with the whole Rodgers situation. He said, "If Mason Rudolph is our starting day quarterback, I'm fine with that." No, you're not. You're not. You don't really want that. But I understand you don't want to just be held by this one guy, and it sucks, and it does. And I don't. The thing is, I don't feel like the Giants are being held by him because if somebody else wanted to sign Russ, he'd have been signed by now. So that's why I'm like the Giants don't feel like their hand has to be forced anytime soon, and that's how I feel. But why? If it's a fight for Russ, you would think the Steelers would have had if you're Russ and you just played a whole season with the Steelers. That's what I'm saying. And they know you're available, right? And then they sit there and they're looking at Not Brett Favre, Rogers, and then Rogers officially says, "Ah, we don't want to go to now." They look at you. You got to feel like, no, this isn't where I want to be. Like if they don't want you, then why would you want them? It's definitely full Rogers. But he's full Rogers, but he hasn't said anything. Like, oh, like listen, I honestly don't care. I don't care. I just know that the Giants are still going to get a quarterback in free agency, and they have to. They have to. Currently, right now, it's Tommy DeVito, right? So they're I don't want any of them. Like I said, I'm happy with the options that are available to the Giants right now. I'm happy with Rodgers, Russ, Winston, Flacco. In any one of those right now. I'd have taken over Mac Jones, right? At any time, at any point in the QB stuff, I'd have taken any of those guys over there. In fact, there's not too many people that got picked up that I. The only other person is Justin Fields. Like that's the one. Yes, that's the one that I was like, okay. And they got him for nothing. Did he get 20 a year? Was it? Hmm. So let me let me ask you a question. Any one of those guys you would have wanted on your team? Yes. Oh, not instead of no one of the other people of all the people you just named. The people would you take any one of them over Russell Wilson, Joe Flacco, Jameis Winston, or Aaron Rodgers? Sam, I'm tricky with, but yes, those are the two that comes closest to that. Justin Fields from still the potential upside to what we've seen and the youth that he has. Sam Darnold has been multiple places and he's had one good run. Um, so mhm. It's so long ago. I don't even know what he's been doing the last couple of years. Yeah, I don't want. Giants already had Drew Lock. He did nothing. Uh, That's what I'm saying. There was no real rush to get any of those players. So, like in free agency, the fact that all of those guys got signed was actually mind blowing to me because none of them got a starting job handed to them. Darnold is probably a starter. I'm saying probably. Um, Fields may not be the starter on that team. Could be, but I bet he competes with Ty. I bet he competes with Tyrod. Okay, he should be, but I don't know. I don't know if he walked in there and they said, "Here's the keys." That's yeah. Yeah, he'll probably play. He's- uh, uh, someone will be traded in 2 years, and it'll be T Higgins, and it'll be T Higgins, non-quarterback, right? Hmm. And they didn't sign him to a contract, right? Still, they did it. Why can't what is the what's his? I saw he's making 28 mil, but I thought that was his franchise tag still. T Higgins will now have a combined average per year salary. Oh no, both of them of $69 million. But I need to. What's T Higgins' salary? All I keep seeing is Chase. Oh, Higgins' deal is worth 115 mil, and it runs through 2028. Yeah, 115 from 2028 for 3 years. Yeah, he'll be traded in 2 years to a team that can hold their cap and that can hold yeah, who can take on that salary. The- it- yeah, they're really hoping that they can win this year. And or, this to me, this is a all right, guys. You guys been unhappy. You just got paid. I need to see y'all top of top of your game this year. Top of your game. If you're not at the top of your game, if we don't go at least to the NFC championship, AFC championships again, we got to break this whole thing up. Well, the whole thing means one of them because like years of there. Hmm. Yeah, I think they've proven that those other guys may not even matter. Yep. And they still was one game away from the playoffs and would have done dirty dirty things to teams had they made it. Yeah. Well, they maybe a happy T Higgins gives them an extra 2 more points. So now they can score 37 and only give up 36. hmm Yeah, we don't need defense as long as we score. I don't. T. Higgins probably. T. Higgins most definitely. Jamar Chase was in no hurry to sign his deal. His deal, and he was not going to sign until after JJ got his deal. And the only difference is this year, right? If he this year he had a an MVP, almost MVP like wide receiver year, which kind of makes you go, okay, well, now we got to pay him more than JJ. Like, had he just had one of his normal years, he could have gotten a hair below JJ, right? So it wouldn't have saved you that much more, is what I'm saying. They're close. But that's what I mean. Like I don't think he resets the market without this year. You could have got him closer in terms without him walking and saying, "Hey, I need to be the highest paid wide receiver." And the Cowboys didn't help you either because the Cowboys ruined the market because of see. Mhm. Oh, he got paid. Ugh. How much money did Odell Beckham give him? Remember when they won that championship and it was all lighting up stogies and Odell was talking about he was going to start paying those guys? Didn't give him money. 90 mil with 89 guaranteed. Was it 3 years, wasn't it? I thought it was I thought it's 3 years, 90 mil, 89 guarantee. hmm The highest paid DB. Oh, yes. 23 years old. Yep. He didn't turn 24 until June. God. Yeah. He yeah, joined the Texans in 2022. He's only been on the Texans for 2 years. What? He said contract. Because I can go to contract. What's the name? They'll tell us. A deal adds 3 new years, $90 million in guaranteed. He would. They signed him super early, which is yeah, because he would have been under contract to 2026 for his 5th year deal. So it's like, yeah, yes, it was only going to get higher. It probably will be because what's name still hasn't got signed, and who knows if he will get the money now with the Jets. Sauce Gardner. Sauce is looking at it, hoping that he can get there, but he may not get there. Yeah, that happens when they get rid of gut the whole defense basically by getting rid of the coach. Yep. He signed a contract 2022. So he played 2 years on his deal. This was going to be his third year into his contract. And so did he play the 2022 season? But this isn't the 2025 season. Okay. I don't even remember him being in the league that long. And like you said, he just turned 23. He's turning 24 this year. So it's like, really? That's crazy too. That's never the case. That record goes to the 2001 Miami uh Miami Hurricanes. I think it's that year. Just go look. I would just say, just look at the running back room. Start at the running back room before you go anywhere else. hmm So you had Clint Portis, Frank Gore, Najee Davenport, and Willis McGahee. Pro Bowl, Hall of Famer. Then you at tight end, you had oh Kellen Winslow Jr. We don't like to say him. Jeremy Shockey. I think that's the only pros they had on the tight end. Jonathan Vilma was on that team. On defense, Ed Reed was on that team. Vince Wilfork was on that team, I believe. And I think that's just 1 year. There was a 4 year span where they kept bringing in new people, and they just it like that Miami Hurricanes team was just absolutely ridiculous. I just remember watching football and everyone was throwing up the U in the NFL. You was like, wait, where's this at? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they that I think that team will forever go down in history as the best team assembled. And you're talking about Ed Reed, Vince Wilfork, and Frank Gore. It's like three probably. Which yes. And I think that's being light. I think we could probably find some others in that. It was a really good team. I actually think he's up for Pro Bowl next Hall of Fame next year, I think, too. A wall. Just uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's no because they had a quarterback. Imagine Ken Dorsey Jr. did nothing to help their numbers. Hmm. That's a lot. It seems like, and the head coach can't get a job. That was that guy. Because he's out there just, I don't know if he's fondling women, but he just seems like a fondler. Good. It's good. Yeah. the jo- yeah, it's not making me upset. I'm just like, whatever. I've already resigned to the fact that they're waiting for Rodgers, which doesn't bode well. But it's what they feel. So Shador Sanders to the Giants. That's the most recent ones I've been seeing, with Cam Ward being taken by Tennessee, Abdul Carter being taken by the Browns, and Shador going to the Giants. Yeah, that's what I've been seeing on a few people's drafts. It's not bad. You get to push them off. You get to be more explosive from here. Like a little short push. Oh, all that force. Mm. The Jackson Dart hype. Hmm. Yes, I hate it. I hate it. If if Disney Plus didn't give me ESPN Insider, I would never get Mel Kiper's all his drafts. I think I saw three from him. That's why I think I saw that the draft earlier today where he had Shador going there. Hmm. And not only that, they was like, and the Giants are very smitten with Shador. I'm like, where are y'all hearing this? Who's hearing what? Because there's so much things going out there about so many different players. I'm like, where do you guys get your information from? It's the safe pick. Oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just it was a little off this year with the not off this year. I don't know. I'm not super hyped about it this year. About now when the draft comes and I get to see what my future is, then I think it's ready for it. I saw things that said Giants are a quarterback away from being a contending team. I said that's all I needed to hear. Thank you. to not be in the basement, contending to not be in the basement is all I care about. To me, contending team just means that when you play a team, it's not just not already knowing that you're going to lose, right? You're contending. You're contending. You're contending. But if every week, if you are not the underdog every single week, then you're going to be up there eventually. You're going to have a good chance. That's I don't. The thing about missing several things is, if you say that, I can tell you a position where we have it. I think they're missing someone to put all the things together. They have the pieces, and the pieces have looked good at times. They've not been able to put those pieces together. Basically because they haven't had a quarterback to tie any of these things together, or they have had injuries that prevented them from being able to tie the offense with the defense together. So I think they have the pieces, and you get a healthy Dexter Lawrence back, right? You get a healthy Andrew Thomas back. Like that already is a big upgrade on both lines of scrimmage, right? So you get them back. You can compete on the defensive side of the ball with Dexter Lawrence, some guys, Okereke, if he's not there anymore. Spider, I mean Brian Burns, Thibodeau's still there, and they've got Tyler Newbin. They've got picks on defense. They can compete there. The offensive side, they've got some talent. They got to still work on it. They still have to get that offensive line better. But Andrew Thomas, healthy Andrew Thomas, makes that team better. But without a quarterback to pull all those pieces together, your defense either has to stop the team at 15 every week, and that's not going to happen. Or yeah, that's it. Because even 15, the Giants couldn't give you 13 points. They couldn't give you 13 points. So they need that. If they can get a quarterback that's going to generate some form of an offense, then they could possibly compete. And competing for a championship, no way, no how. I just want them to be competitive. I just want them to be so. Yes, they are. They are. We're not contending for a championship. That's not there. But could we be a playoff team? Maybe, maybe. And if you are a playoff team, they're barely playoff teams, and there are people contending for a championship. But if you make the playoffs, technically we're all contending, right? Right? So so yeah, that's the thing. That's where we're at with that. We could make the playoffs. I don't see it. I don't see it right now. Do I want to see it? Yes, but I, I can't see it. It's quite foggy, hazy. Mhm. I saw that. 3-year deal. I thought it was to Seattle, right? So they decided to let Njigba be the number one, and having him in there as number two is not a bad option. It's not too bad. But with that being said, are they still competing in their division? The Rams? They could be. They are. They are. The San Francisco 49ers didn't get better, but hopefully they get healthier. They signed Kyle, but they signed Kyle Juszczyk back. uh-huh. So I was like, well, it's good luck being a fullback on today's market, Kyle. Yep. How many wide receivers do you need on that team? It didn't work out for you last year, which is three wide receivers. You just want to take all the wide receivers. Oh, they got Paris Campbell, didn't they? Was that the guy? I thought I saw Paris Campbell got signed. Okay, yeah. Zacchaeus? Is it Zacchaeus? Yeah, I was out there. Didn't they have four in their roster last year? So, what can all the blame be put on the coach now? You can say all of them was good. That y'all have all the right players. You just now you got the right coach. Mm, okay, my wife just finished it. I didn't finish it. She likes it. My wife just finished like 2 days. Finished all episodes, all the episodes. Dun 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 dun. The birth. I only saw 3 episodes. I every no, I haven't finished. I haven't gone any further. Not going any further. But I I slow play all these shows that I watch. Like I said, I I didn't haven't even started season 2 of Severance. I I think I'm gonna wait for that to happen. I don't want to wait. Well, maybe it's world building that they have putt putt golf down there at Lumen. Maybe. Chris, nope. I just watch it. I don't. I not just that, I don't like theories because I think theories all lend back to the series Lost, right? Like, oh, what do y'all think in this? And then you you can be disappointed because it's well, one, you probably had way better theories than the writer did, and it just comes up as trash, right? So I try not to even have any of those. I don't want to think what it could be. I just want to watch it and see what it is. Neither did I. Nope. Years, yep, years later, yep. And was like, this is trash. Yeah, I watched it later on and it was like, okay, I watched it. I was like, it wasn't horrible, but I can see why you I can see that if I watch it for 10 seasons or 8 seasons, whatever, how many seasons it had, I don't even remember. 6 seasons, and I was watching it weekly, and there was polar bears at one point in time when we thought about it. And to get to where you were at, I can see you going, okay, yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Like, then we got to get off the island. We got to get back to the island. And then all this stuff was like, I can see how you could be like, all right, where y'all going? This is stupid. So, yes. But we also realized that we knew going into it that it was a hated ending, right? So we knew this. So we did we I wasn't expecting much. And it's not horrible. It's not horrible. My wife my wife does not want that even mentioned. She doesn't even want to mention that show. She hates it. She loved it when it was on TV and hated the ending. Oh, the Seinfeld ending is stupid. I, wait, I'm gonna tell you something about Seinfeld. I'm watching it again now. Like it's one of my go to bed TV shows, right? I put it on when I'm going to sleep. I never get past season 8. I get to see no 9. 9 is the last season. So basically, I think 7 is when I really get into out of it because at one point in time, the episodes they're just trash. Like I think the episodes aren't as good as they are. The writing takes a hit. Um, and the last thing I usually watch is uh George's fiance dying at the envelopes. I don't watch any episode past that season. Like I think it's either the season finale, yes, or the first episode of the next season. But yes, it, it starts to get dumb reluctantly. It happens. Like at first he's like, okay, I don't want to be engaged. And then he starts to kind of get into it, right? There's the telling you the secret pet codes. I can tell you my secret. He starts to enjoy it, right? But everything it never quite works out, right? He never fully engages. And then him going cheap on the envelopes and killing. Oh, yeah, I rewatch that show all the time, but then it gets to a point where I just can't watch it anymore. It's just not good. Oh, oh yeah, just go on and watch it. The first season, I think, is like 8 episodes, and first season's kind of rough. First season, there's probably about 10 minutes of each episode of him doing stand up because you can clearly see they didn't know if this is gonna be good or not, right? Yes, and that's what they did. Just him doing stand up, and then occasionally it was good. But yeah, I can watch those all the time. Season two, I go. Yeah, those are some of my good ones. It's yeah. This season I'm on right now has some okay episodes. It's the Soup Nazis on this season. Um, the Sponge episodes. There's a few episodes in there that are pretty good. But still not like their early seasons. But he's on a few episodes. Yes, he plays the dentist. Yep. He- yes, he does. He does that one. He's on like 3 or 4 episodes. He throws a party when a bunch of dentists are around, and that's when George needs to see if the teeth marks here matches the teeth marks from what's his name? Oh, because he thinks he has his car, John Boyd. Yes, yeah. He gets the Chrysler. He's like, you didn't happen to buy this Chrysler. It was it a LeBaron? It was just John Boyd's LeBaron. He's like, did you buy this because you thought it was John Boyd's car? He goes, no. He clearly did. Overpriced LeBaron. Oh, the stinky car was Jerry. When Jerry goes to he gets his car valeted. And the guy and the BO, they tried washing the car out and everything, and the BO doesn't leave. He's like, the the O is supposed to leave when the B leaves. It's my nightly. It's like I can put it on, turn my back to it, listen, ha ha ha, and go to sleep. I do the same, and I do that with I'll watch all of Seinfeld or get to where I'm tired, which I'm almost there now, and then I'll turn Frasier on and do the same thing with Frasier. They become my bedtime shows. Ooh, okay, not yet. Yes. Doesn't his gun get an erection? One of the scenes. A little too much. A little too much for right now. None of those jokes was up. Yep, all over your head, bro. Oh, yes. Of course. It's the levels. Oh, I bet. I'll tell you something that I said it on in the chat. I know no one believes me. Craven wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I'm gonna be like, I like one. I'm a fan of Craven, always have been, but they didn't go too over the top with it. There's some bad CG in it, bad CG, right? But from a storyline, I don't like Sony taking villains and trying to make them good guys. I don't like that. But atrocious. If you use the words like atrocious for Craven, what's Madam Web? Like, what's Morbius? Like, this is how I viewed it. Not as good, probably not as good as Venom 1, but on par with Venom 1. Better than Venom 2 and Venom 3, much better than Morbius and Madam Web. It's a low bar. I wouldn't call it good. I just said it wasn't that bad. There was one scene that made me roll my eyes. Like there's expected a few of them, but it was only like one or two scenes that made me roll my eyes. Watch. So on Netflix, just give it a watch. Yeah. I didn't say you have to give those a watch. You don't have to give those a watch. It would do you get nothing from watching either one of those movies. From nothing. There's not even fun in them being bad. Like it's just the way that they try to connect Spider-Man in all of these movies pisses me off so much. So much. But but I will tell you that you saw I think it was the end of the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Did you see the Amazing Spider-Man 2? Okay. Okay. Uh Rhino's at the I think the end of the movie, or he's in the movie, he's in the beginning. But the way they Rhino is a villain in Craven. Just gonna throw that out there. Not trying to spoil anything. You see it pretty early. They did that well. They did that well, as opposed to Rhino being a guy in a metal costume like they did a mech suit. I hmm, no, it's not a man in a rhino suit. Yes, he was that bad. Yes, in the comic books, right? But in this, they give him a story, they give him a little backstory. It's not bad. Not bad. No, no, no. I will tell you though, in parts of the show, parts of the movie, it looks like okay, this is pretty good. Basically, spoiler alert, people, if you plan on seeing Craven and you listen to this, um, he uh he, he basically gets tougher skin. His skin toughens up and it becomes hard like around. That's the way they tell you to start off, right? Oh man, like okay, I can see it. It's not you. It was a little. He gets tough, bulletproof skin. He gets stronger. It was almost like a skin condition that turned him into rhino. I got that. I was cool with that. Now they take it overboard at the end, but without explaining, like this, they do some things that are good and they do some things that are bad, and that was one that was give it a try. Just give it a try. This one's not that bad. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't have mind the second one, but there's some bad parts of it. That's how I saw Madam Web. Oh jeez, don't. It's not worth any time to see that movie. It's so bad. That which one is that? That's bad. Ultimates? Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's not good. It's not good. You know, I've tried to watch the second Aquaman again. I can't. It's not good. Oh, it's not good. It's really not good. Ugh. Yeah. It's not good. Yeah. Yeah. I know you're looking forward to this Superman movie. I don't know. Like at some points, every time I see the trailer, I'm at some points I laugh, and then at some points I'm like, is this supposed to be serious? I don't quite understand the tone of the movie, and I think it irritates me. With Krypton, the dog, and then Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. It's that's the part because Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner says this is comical, right? But watching, but yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't get the tone. Like anytime you have Krypton dog in it, dog with superpowers, you can't take yourself that seriously. But the tone of the trailer reeks of seriousness. I know you're a fan of Superman, so I don't. Yeah, yeah, I'm cool with that. It should be okay. Yeah, there should be some stuff coming out soon, but I'm either gonna after we get off of this, I'm either gonna go to sleep or I'm gonna watch Daredevil, which I didn't. So not sure which one I'm gonna do. I'm struggling. You got pack. You got probably got packing. Yep. Oh yeah. And hopefully by the time we come back, the Giants will watch what happens as soon as we get off. We're not coming back on. That's what. And then everything just falls into place. Oh man, how are you with?
Recording stopped.
Oh, did you see Tracy Morgan? It- They said it was food poisoning. And I gotta kind of believe that because it was projectile vomit. Like it was all over the place. So I was like, oh God. And I was like, Jesus, man, hold your liquor. It was but I'm pretty sure Tracy Morgan can hold his liquor. He's probably looks like he drinks a lot. But they said it was food poisoning. My guess is he couldn't, he was hungry going into the stadium. He couldn't wait till he got into the stadium. So he probably got a dog from a vendor, street vendor. Got some street meat and they got sick off of that. That'll do it. But, but all right, man. Oh, all right, man. Safe trip, man. You driving? Where you going? Florida? Florida. All right, man. Safe trip. All right, peace.